Hi guys, this is the Silver Report. It's 1:05 p.m. Silver is currently trading at 1688. Gold is at 1203.60. And I wanted to get into some of this geopolitical news that is taking place around the world. And I had a thought occur to me. And if Trump is the real deal, we just had the election. If Trump is the real deal, and he is going to be making these kind of changes that they are expecting. I'm one for a long time who has believed that we don't really get free choice when it comes to elections, that they decide for us. These are the two candidates you can vote for. And a lot of the times it's essentially just the same policies, the same person. And as if Trump is who you hope he is, which is change, which is an outsider, then we are in for a lot of turbulence as a nation. The policies he's speaking of enacting needed to take place. We've been getting crushed on trade by China for years. It was the American people were sold out. Trade was signed over to China. It destroyed our country, wrecked our economy. There's been some laws passed that don't positively affect the common man. And they've been just pilfering the United States and keeping the money, the benefit. They've been stripping away the wealth of the American people. And it's gone on for a long time. These are very powerful people. They're far more powerful than any politician has ever gotten. In fact, these are the kinds of people that select world leaders. They select politicians. They select presidents. They're the people who give us our choice. And if he is what you think he is, which is change, which is an outsider, then number one, do you think they're just going to give up power so easily? Do you think they're just going to allow an outsider to come in and to stop them from profiting? Now, this is one of the largest frauds to ever be perpetrated in the world, is the Federal Reserve scheme. It's been a fraud since the beginning, and it's especially after they took it off of the gold standard, took the dollar off of the gold standard. Our money's backed by nothing, and around the world it's used. It's the world reserve currency is the U.S. dollar. Do you think that anything is really going to change without changing that monetary system? What it will take to actually affect real positive change? Like some of these wars, we see the propaganda machine continuously running. I mean, Obama's heading out. He's no longer going to be the president, and yet the propaganda machine on the news keeps on running. They're putting forth that Russia has hacked the U.S. elections somehow. They're trying to disavow the results of the U.S. elections, and there's no proof, there's no evidence coming out, and the propaganda machine keeps on running, keeps on making you feel like there's Russians behind every door, every corner. They're sneaking up on you, waiting to hack the world. Also, all of Europe is going through, and they're in this fear. They're going to stop the European elections. We don't have a free choice anymore. And just this propaganda machine. These are not individuals' wars. These are not individuals' personalities' wars. What happened in Libya, trying to break down a single currency united under gold for all of Africa, is a direct attack against the dollar. Saddam Hussein is a direct attack against the dollar. We see what's happening in Syria, and Russia itself is trading with China in their own currencies and not using the dollar for petroleum export. These wars are not the choice of one individual. These are just not on a whim. These are defending a flawed system of fraud. They are propping up a fraud. It is supported only by the might of the United States government. And there is an extreme possibility that if he is what you hope that he is, which is change, real positive change, then we're in for some major instability going forward. There's a reason they keep on with the propaganda machine. They've moved all of NATO against Russia's borders. They're stocking up tanks and anti-missile defense systems along Russia's borders. I mean, We got Vladimir Putin getting on TV saying, "What don't you people understand? Can't you see what is going on? What is it going to take to get through to you?" He sees what's going on, and they are mounting up for war. And it's not Obama's war. It's not Hillary's war. Most of the people who voted, they voted what? Against Hillary. If he is real change, we're going to see some of these things hampering down, which is that good for America? A lot of the things that the general public don't understand is that the dollar is not supported by gold anymore. It is only supported by the American military. It's only supported by the oil trades throughout the world that they need to purchase this money. This paper money will come back if these wars do not continue. If we allow these countries to be able to operate without using the US dollar, the rest of the world will follow suit, and we will see a collapse of the world reserve currency. So you voted for change, and I hope you get it. I hope we do see some change. I hope we do see some of these things take place that need to take place. There needs to be a change. But some of these problems are systemic. They're not individuals' problems. These people don't go to war just on a whim. They go to war because they have to. They go to war in defense of an illusion that is pressed upon the world, this economic stability of the world. The GDP of the United States of America, the entire unit of currency and trade, which is the dollar, is dependent upon the world trading dollars or trading oil in dollars. These countries must remain destabilized. They must remain at war. They must remain war zones, or else they will get it. Why are we trading in a paper currency that is continuously printed by people with machines? Why are we holding our wealth of our nation in a currency when men just have a printing press? They can print it out, devalue the currency. This quantitative easing, this mass production of the world's currency. You see, the world knows. The only people that really don't know is us. We're the victims of this propaganda. We're the victims of thinking that ISIS is our enemy, that Iraq is our enemy, that Saddam Hussein, that we're fighting for freedom. We're going over there, and they're not being honest, because when you say we're going to fight for money, we're going to fight for the defense of the dollar. People don't fight as hard. They don't fight as hard as people who are fighting for freedom or fighting in defense of major acts of terror or keeping the world safe. People want to feel like a hero because nobody wants to die, and there's a very real possibility of death in war. But when it comes down to it, and it's what we're all hoping for, is change, right? The world cannot endure the prosperity, an American recovery, a Trump recovery. The world cannot sustain it. Everything has been switched over to these new policies and these people who are the controlling elite. If you think you're just going to be able to drain the swamp and to push them out of power, they're going to collapse our entire system with them. And we're going to be the ones, in the end, that are suffering. And it needs to take place. This needs to collapse. It needs to not be propped up anymore with false numbers, printed wealth, suppression of gold and silver prices. So it will be painful, but the Band-Aid has to come off. And I'm hoping we do see some change. But we need to understand that there is great uncertainty coming up as the world's elite. They discuss the world not being able to endure an American recovery. All right, well, thank you guys for joining me. This is the Silver Report. It's Monday, January 16th, 2017. If you like the content, be sure to subscribe, like, share, leave a comment in the comment box if you have any suggestions. I'm always open to debate, and thank you guys again for stopping by.